Hi guys, welcome to this session in Base Database. What I want to do in this module is quickly go through 4 of the objects that you can use in a Base Database. So I'm on the new screen and I've got Base Database selected here. I'm just going to double click on it, and then this box comes up and asks you, are you going to create a new database or open an old one? So this is going to be a new one, so I'm just going to go next. And do I want to register this? No, I don't, not for now. Do I want to create tables using Table Wizard? No, I've got that option anyhow. I'll open the database for editing and then click on Finish. Now it's asking me to train this, so I'm going to call this Courses, and then save the database where I've got it. So now you get the base database on the screen, and you've got the main objects down the left hand side. So you've got tables, queries, forms and reports. So tables is where you store your data, queries are where you interrogate that data, forms is a mechanism to input data into a table or a query depending on the query type, and then the reports is the output, the management information that you want from your database. So what I want to do in this little session is create a table, interrogate some data with a query, create a report, and then create a form, should I say, and then generate a report. So first of all, to create a table, you've got some options here. Create a table in design view, use the wizard to create a table. So if I use this option first off, what that will give you is some template options. So you've got at the moment it's on tasks. If I drop this list down, you can see there's lots of different templates that you can select. If I go for customers, let's have a look at that one. These are the fields that I can have for customers, and I can bring them across in any order I want. So customer ID is a identifier, and that will be a primary key. Most tables have to have a primary key. If you're just using a standalone table, you can probably get away without having one, but if this table is going to be linked to another table at a later date, then you do need one. So customer ID I want, and then I'll have title, surname, forename, address, post town, postcode. Now company name I should have probably brought across, and then I'll click on that, I'll bring that up to the top. So company name, and then that'll be like the It's Easy Training, and then that would be Mr. Steve Saxton, and I'll move that one up as well. So if you don't bring them across in the right order, that's not the end of the world. And then I want to bring in a mobile number and county, and again county needs to be, oh, that says country, I'll leave it as it is, I'll leave that. So I'll go next. Now it's coming down this set of steps. Set types and formats. So this is a integer. Now you've got different types in there. All of these are the types of text or number or symbols or yes no that you can have, or date in your database. I'm going to leave this on that. Now most of these are going to default to text, which is okay. Haven't got any number fields in here. Mobile number would be text, you don't need that on a number field, and there's no date fields in here. It's got a text length, and it's got whether this is required or not. You've got to be careful if you're putting things to required. You might want the information, but you might not get the information, and then that's going to cause you potentially an issue later on if you don't actually get the information. So I'm happy with all the defaults on that one. Go next. Now it's saying set a primary key, so automatically add a primary key, create a primary key, use an existing field. So that's what I want to do, and then I need to select it, company ID. So, and then I'm going to tick auto value, so it automatically will increment, and then next. I now need to name the table. So what do I want to call it? I want to call it customers, but I'm going to put the prefix TBL, because that's how you name things in databases, telling people that that's a table. And then you've got options here to insert data immediately, modify, or create a form straight away. So I'll just leave it on insert data immediately and then click finish, and then it'll generate that table. So you can see it there, you can see it behind there as well. So it's just got the company information blank at the moment, but I'll just fill a few records in and then we'll crack on. Okay, so I've entered some records. What you've got at this stage is some features across the top on the toolbar there to sort records. If you want to sort them ascending or descending, it's up to you. You can just click into a particular column. So if I want to sort by city or town, I can do that. And you've got some filter options as well, different things there. But I want to quickly go and create a query. Now a query is something that you would need all the time. It's information that you want all the time. If it's just ad hoc, it's probably just a filter you need to do, and then you can clear that filter. So if I click on filter, you've got options there. So if I go for post town is equal to, I'll just go for Leeds. Okay, it just shows you Leeds, and then you've got this little reset to bring everything else back. So those are just ad hocs, similar to Excel and Calc. But if you want a query is really for information that you're going to base a report on, and that's going to be part of your management output. So that's what I'm going to do next. So close that off and go into the queries objects. This is this one. So again, you've got the wizard and you've got design view. So I use the wizard for the table, so I'll do this manually. So I'm going to create a query in design view. So just click on that and you get this screen coming up with the table that you've got there. So I'll just add that table and then close this. So it's now a case of bringing down the fields from this table that you want to interrogate. So if you can double click these down, so I'll just do that. You can drag and drop and you can select them. You don't have to bring them all down, but I'm going to bring them all down for this little example. If there's a tick on this row, that means it's going to show when you run the query. You've got this little run query, little green tick there that you click to check whether this is working or not. And then you've got function, criteria, and then lots of ORs underneath it. So the criteria line is where you need to put your criteria. So for example, if I just repeat what I did there on the filter, if I put Leeds in there and then run this query, it just shows me Leeds, and you get the preview at the top there. Now if I save this query, so I'll save this as QRY Leeds, so it's just showing me people from Leeds. Click OK, and then you can see it sitting there. And if I close this down, so at the moment there's just 2 records. If I close this down to show you how this works, I'll go back to my table and open up customers. What I want to do now is just bring that onto this screen, add another company, call it Arrow Ltd Limited, Mr. John Jones, 1 Black Street. Let's say he's from Leeds, so that's a 3rd record from Leeds, LE1 1SD, and let's make a number up for his phone number, and then that is West Yorkshire, like so. Now I've added a new record, so if I run that query now, I should get 3 from Leeds. If I close this down, go back to the queries, and then just double click on that, and then bring the window back onto this screen, and you can see that it's picked up that company Arrow Limited, the 3rd record. That's how it works. That's how a database works. So once you've created a query, it will pick up any changes to the source data. Now if I close that down and have a quick look at a form. So form is an input mechanism. It also can be used as a navigational aid, but as an input mechanism, let's have a create a form in design view, or use the wizard to create a form. Let's go for the wizard again. So this time I'm creating the wizard, and you get the options there. So I've only got 1 query. I don't want it on the query, I want it on the table. So click on the table, and if you're going to use it as an input form, you need all the fields. So I'm going to take all the fields across, and then I'm going next. It comes down, do I need a subform? I haven't got another table, so I'm not having a subform, so I'm going next. then it's got this sort of arrangement menu to allow you to arrange your form. And if I bring the actual preview of the form onto this screen, you can see what it's looking like at the moment. If I click on these different options, you can see how the different layouts would sit. So I quite like that layout, to be honest, so I'm going to go for that. And then next, the form is display all data. Yes, so you've got different options here where you can tick these things on. I'm going to leave the defaults as they are at the moment. I go next, and then different styles. No, possibly. No, no, possibly. Maybe. No, definitely not. Violet. You've got to bear in mind that people have got to enter data into these forms, so you don't want them too garish. Probably leave it on that one, beige. And then next, it's asking for a name. So this is a form that is looking at the table customers. So I'm going to go FRM form, looking at the table customers, and then finish. And then I've got my form. So you've got 1 of 7 records. You've got some navigation arrows here. You can go to the end. And then the whole point of this is that this form is what you use to input data into that table. So if I click on that little plus, I get my blank record. So I'll put taxes, Unite, that's a firm. So the contact is Mr. I'm just pressing the tab key, Colin Black, everybody's black. Address 1 Red Street, Leeds. So I've got a query for Leeds, LE22DF. And press tab, just make up a number for his phone number. And that is in West Yorkshire as well. So this is the input form. So now if I just save that or tab off the record, whichever you want to do, I'll close that down, open the table, back to the table, customers, just bring that onto this screen. Taxes Unite's now at the bottom. Close that down, run the query, click on the query, run the query. That should have picked up that Taxes Unite because it's Leeds, so it's now gone up to 4 records from Leeds. All these are from Leeds. That's the query. Now the last object that I want to cover in this little session is reports. And again, you've got the options create a report and design view. That's where you're doing it yourself, but I'm going to use the wizard. So create the wizard and you step through the wizard. So it's actually on what I want. I don't want it on the table. That would be everything, but this is just going to be for Leeds. And then you've got the option of bringing these across individually like so. So if let's say I don't want the company ID, let's say I want the company name, and then I want the title, forename, surname, and post town. Let's go for that. And I go next. Then it's asking me, is that how I want it to sit? Yeah, that's okay. If I go next, do I want any grouping? So I want it to group by post town. No, I don't, because it's all Leeds. So it's really, I can't really do any grouping. They're all different companies, so I'll leave it on company name. It can group by that, just in case there's any additions from the same company. Sort options, I'm not going to change that. Layout, so we've got tabular. So if I just move this out of the way, you can see what's happening behind. You've got different options to select from here, and you get like a little preview of how it's going to sit. So I'm going to leave it on tabular, and then next it's a report that's looking at the query, so it's RPT looking at the query leads, and it's a dynamic report, it's not going to be a static. And then I go finish, and then it should generate the report. And there you can see it, company name, and then you've got the information for that company, and it drops this into LibreOffice Writer, as you can see there, which I'll just close that off. Comes back to my database. So there's the report, there's the form, there's the query, and there's the table. So that's how a database works generally, not just Base. Microsoft Access would be the same, and other database packages would be the same. You have objects, you have a table, you have a query that interrogate objects, interrogate a table, and you have forms for input or management, and then you have output, which is the reports. So hopefully this very short video has got you going with LibreOffice Base. Thank you for your time, and I'll catch you in the next one.